step one, for me anyway, is to set up an area where I can sit underneath and not be burned to a crisp. With a little air conditioning, of course, but you do what you got to do. My next step is to make a plan. So what I'm going to do is I have to go get my timer thing and put it on here so I know how much hose to get. And I'm going to have to dig a little well along here so I can have it down in the ground. It can sit on top of the ground, I guess. It wouldn't look bad. Actually, it'd be easier to get to in case there's a problem. See, now I'm figuring all this out as I go. But at first I was thinking I was going to go this way and then go across my yard, but that I would have to dig in to plant it in so I wouldn't trip over it and then run it along the fence. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the ground, run along here. This is my plan. I'm going to run the skinny soaker hose into here for off of it. Then I'm going to come around the corner, and this is going to work out okay because I'm going to have fruit trees over here, and I'll be able to come off the hose for the fruit trees. We have pretty good water pressure here. Then I'm going to run it along behind these and put the soaker hose into both of these. Then I'm going to come around along the fence just as I planned on doing above my boxes. So I'm going to go right along the top right here so that when I put boxes over at this end, which I will have them all the way around the fence, then I'm going to be able to just put the jets in. But in the meantime, it'll be there. So I'll run it all along the fence, and because of that, I can just shoot the jets straight on down into my grapes and whatever else I'm growing along the fence. That's smart thinking. Good job, Candy. And then here I go with my boxes right along here. The jets will go into here all the way up, and then I can stop right up here and not have anything running across the yard. I think that's a good plan. I'm pretty sure I have enough. I may not, but that's okay. If I don't, I'll go get more, because really this stuff is not that expensive. This is 50 feet. I have a little bit less than 50 feet on that one. Probably have like maybe a little over 75 feet. So, but that's okay because I can go get more. And like I said, this stuff was only like $8 for this. So that's what I'm going to do. And I have attachments. The attachments are pretty inexpensive. I'm telling you, doing a drip line system is going to save water. It's going to save time. It's going to make things so much easier. And though I'm putting out a little bit of money, really not that much when it comes down to it, it's going to be so cost effective in the long run. And then, because I'm getting good watering and not missing watering because of my, having to go to work and maybe leaving late or something, it's going to be good. So the plan is to go into the yard to the opening. Yeah, that's good. That's a good plan, Candy. A few tools you're going to need are pretty much nothing but like a pair of scissors or something to cut with. Now these are not my good scissors. They're older. I mean, they're Singer, which at one time they were good scissors, but they're pretty dull now. So they're fine. They cut this beautifully, but they don't cut anything else very well. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. So it needs a grommet. So you need to make sure that any part that you're attaching right into the spigot, or where you're going to screw anything in, you need to have your grommet, your seal stuff, because had that. This makes it so small. Hold on a second. Is it in there already? Is it? It feels like it has one already. Kind of, but way down in there. I feel the rubber. So I'm just going to see how it does. Okay, so I'm going to screw it on here. And the reason that I'm doing this now is because I need to have the measurement for this. So what happened at my community garden was I went ahead and I measured all the hose before I got the timer. And it turned out that the timer was pretty good size. So when I attached the timer, and I had, when I cut the hose, I had sunk it down into the ground, and this stuff is not real flexible. You have to do, if you're going around a corner, you got to put in your L's and stuff like that. There's no bending like on a regular hose. So, and by not including this in my measurement, I ended up having to pull it up out of the ground, and it's sort of like cattywampus and sitting out. And I haven't gotten to where I can fix it. I am just kind of over it with that big giant sucker hose problem I've been having. So I just wanted to focus on my front yard. So now I'm going to take this hose and I'm just going to measure it by eye. Okay, so I'm going to have one, I'm going to be putting an attachment on it that looks like, not that one, sorry guys, oh candy, what, not that, but this bag has all the attachments. Okay, did I not get one? Oh, I can't believe myself. It looks like I'm running to the store to go get. It's like kind of like this, you know. And then there's an end one that looks. I actually have an end one, I think. But if I could, it has a cap on the end like this. If I could actually find, oh, here it is. So I have one end one, but I'm actually going to need two because in my plan, I completely forgot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come straight down from the spigot and I'm going to put this T on the bottom. So I'm going to have it going all the way around and around my fence this way, but I have two raised beds over this way to the left. So I have to run them over that way. Oops, Candy forgot something, but that's okay. I'm glad I remembered that, and I didn't, because the thing about these pieces here is when you stick this hose inside, you can't pull it back out again. It's in for life, and it's got like little grabby things in there. And then, so if you have to fix it, then that means you have to cut it off, and then you end up having to put new attachments on. And usually, because you've cut off hose, you have to add new hose because you're doing that. And these are like when you have a hole in your hose, you cut off a section and then you put a piece of hose in there and you use this to attach the two. Or if you need to add length to your hose, then you add the length and you use this to attach the two. Probably if you added another piece of hose in there, though, you would have to have two of them, because you have to have one on this end, one on that end, one in the, you know. Yeah. So I'm going to run to the store and go get that attachment. Duh. Guess what I forgot? Okay, I went to the store and what I needed was this. So it's a I can't tell you the exact name. It's a swivel adapter. It used to be called like female end, and then this one is male end. This is the cap one. So this one you put on the very end, and you can screw a hose into it if you need to for any reason, but in the meantime you just keep the cap on it. And this will go, I have two, and this one will go on the end, when on this end when it goes to the left, and then when it comes around all the way around the fence and comes out over by my rosemary, I have one of these on the end. So in the meantime, the first thing I need, actually we'll recap a little bit about the tools you'll need. I already stated that you need the scissors. If you're going to be, you can use a good knife too. You don't need to use scissors, but I have scissors. And they're dull-ish. They cut this stuff okay, but they're horrible for other things. And one of the other things you're going to need is when you get to where you're punching holes in the hose, you're going to need something like this. You can purchase this. It was like $2 something. Or if you have, nope, that's not it. Or if you have another one that I have that I can't look at the moment. Where'd it go? Nothing ever is where it needs to be. Okay, I have this long thing. It's like an awl, and it has a pointy end on it. But this one, if you can, because it has a little hole in it and everything. So this is designed for it, and it should pop through, and it won't cause it to split, you know, stuff like that. So I have one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out this. So I'm figuring it's going to go like this. Eventually I'm going to need a Y connector. So it'll be okay for it to be, I've got to be careful not to do that. So it's going to have an addition to it about that long. So yeah, I'm going to do about there. So I'm going to cut it right here. And done. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my adapter thing on, and it's actually not easy to put on, but once you get it on, make sure that you're ready to put it on now if you do, because that's like a not gonna ever come off sort of thing. This is one time I sure do wish I had my son for this, and you sort of have to like wiggle it back and forth to get it on, because it's son got it on really good, but he's stronger than I am. He's muscle man. It's getting on okay. There we go. I think that's good. Okay. Done. And this seals it. There's no leaks in there. It's perfect. So, my thing is, well, it's wobbly only because of where it's sitting, but trust me, it's in a good place right now. Because before that, it was just laying on the ground. Alright, so, next, I'm going to measure this out. Okay, I'm going to need my T connector at the bottom. So I'm going to put my T connector on. That's going to be, where was it, Candy? This one right here. So this is going to make it so it can go in both directions. So again, I'm gonna force it on there. It's not easy, but it's worth it in the long run. I kind of twist and push and wiggle back and forth, you know. There, that makes it easier if I twist. God, I did the wiggle back and forth thing. It really... Okay, I think I'm good. We're good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of this on going in this direction. Oh. Twisting, 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 twisting. Twisting, twisting. Yeah, a lot of work. Twist, twist, twist. Ugh. And once it's on, I mean, you can get it on as far as possible, and that's good. But pretty much once it's on so that it can't come out, it's not going to leak. So I'm a little bit longer than I want, but that's okay. It really is okay. Okay, I'm going to screw this on. And I did turn this on. Actually, it's on right now. So I turned it on to check and see if it was holding. And it's not leaking, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, now it's on, actually. See, it's not leaking. So this does not need a grommet in there. And the nice thing about, you know, I am on the ground, so if this is a little bit long, that's okay. I can make room. Dirt moves, that's nice. So, and that's what I'm going to end up doing, is moving a little bit of dirt out of the way. And then I'm going to run this along here along the wall, and I'm going to go around the corner, and there's a point where I'm going to have to attach the other piece of hose to this hose. So I will be using this for that. And like I said, I don't know if I have enough to go that way, but I can go get more hose and then finish this out. Hopefully I'll get that done this week. As a quick note, I did add the hose going that way because it's not that long. So I have it going along back here, all the way along. Came across a very, very creepy spider. I think it was a wolf spider. And then I just came out over here, and I can always screw a hose in right here, any kind of attachment, or I can add more hose to it from there. But I don't really plan on putting a whole lot over here right now. More like decoration is going in this area. And now I'm ready to have the other hose go in the other direction. I just wanted to get that done because that part was going to be pretty easy by comparison. So there we go. This is it. And there's things you can do to make it a little bit more attractive if you want to. But right now, it's utilitarian. So, on to the next step. On this spot of the fence, this corner going around from up here to back here, I put an L bracket. I gotta secure it down a little bit better. It's want to twist with the hose. And as you can see, I'm not done, but I have zip tied along the fence. I did get a couple of miscolored zip ties. Whoops. I did it a little bit above the wood part of the fence. so that it can spray out into the boxes that I'll have on the other side or in to the yard. So this goes all along. I tucked it out behind my grape and along and along. And then I have it behind this grape. And this is about it right now. I have, whoa, I almost fell. Pay attention, Candy. I have it attached all along here. And then on the very end, I've capped it. So if I absolutely needed to, I could screw my hose into that and use it, just like I could screw my hose into this one over here and use it, because this is the other end of these boxes right here. So when I come back with my next video, I will be attaching all of the jet sprayers and the soaker hoses and such, and showing you how I do that. So thanks for coming along. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Love you guys. God bless.